I'm Tom, and today we're going to tear apart a Symmons shower valve, or Symmons tub shower valve. They're both the same. Let's get started. Okay, Symmons is a valve that's been around for many, many years. In fact, this company invented this valve probably back in 1940, maybe the early 50s. So it's a 60-year-old valve. But it still works pretty good, and you see them all over the place. The model we're going to look at right now, and they're all basically the same, this is an S96-2 tub and shower valve. And it all comes in one box. This is the plumber's special model here, a lot of plastic. In fact, there's the biggest scutcheon, it's all plastic. And you'll recognize this handle. A lot of motels use this valve and still do. This is their little triangular shaped handle, and it rotates through cold over to hot. You find the right temperature and then you shut it off. So it's a lot like Kohler and American Standard, Price Pfister, and a lot of other valves in that respect. This handle is of course plastic, and sometimes if you ever went to take one of these apart, this is corroded onto the stem of the valve, and you can't get it apart unless you have a handle puller. Otherwise you're going to break this. So I don't like that very much. Here's the basic body of the valve with its cartridge, and let me take that apart. Normally you need a wrench, but I've already done it. Okay, there's the cartridge, there's the body, and let me go one step further. Okay, there's a cartridge that does all the work. This is just a cartridge cap. Oh, by the way, this does have a little screw setting so that the plumber can fix this handle from going only so far over to the hot. Never does, unless you ask him. But it's a little safety thing, and almost all valves come with that. But this is the basic, very, very simple cartridge in a Symmons. This is called a rising stem cartridge. As you turn the handle, it rides up in the valve and lets the water come through. In fact, this is so old that it still has the screw on the end with a little rubber washer. Some of you might be old enough to have changed something like this. These are your father's valves. But it goes one step further. It has another a neoprene washer up here that you could change. So you could change this one and you could change this one, but probably you won't be able to find the parts, and you'd have to have a plumber come help you. Inside this barrel is the piston. You can hear it rattling around in there. That's the piston that does the pressure balancing. In the spring of every year, when summer people get back to Maine, I always have some calls from people saying, I can't get any water out of my shower. And I'll go, is it a Symmons? They'll go, yeah. How'd you know? Well, this little cartridge in here freezes up over the winter because nobody's using it. If somebody were using this cartridge every day, then it probably wouldn't freeze up like that. But then, you know, they have to take it out, and they can try soaking it in vinegar and this and that till they free that up. Once it's free, it's okay. But usually you can't free them up, and you can't take that piston out of there. There's no way to get that out of there. So you have to call a plumber. You have to hunt around for a new stem. A lot of people who put in their own stems also make the mistake of leaving this halfway up, and then they put this back in the body like so, and they start turning it down. Well, it hits on the bottom before they're through turning it down, so they turn harder and harder and harder until they strip the threads on this. So it's more of a plumber's valve. It's been around for a long time. It's still fairly reliable, and Symmons has decided not to do anything new because they've got a design that works fairly well. A lot of their newer stuff still has this, but they've gone to fancier trim, not plastic. You can get some kind of neat looking valves in Symmons. But it's really a plumber's valve and nothing that a homeowner would probably work on. So just because of these antique design of this, I can't recommend it very highly, although a lot of plumbers still use this. It's been a favorite of theirs for years, and if this is the only thing they sell, then they only have to carry one cartridge in the truck. I guess that's the reason. Well, thanks for watching.